Hello everybody and welcome to my 10th beginner Excel tutorial, and this tutorial is going to start looking at text and how you deal with text in Excel. And there's a lot of different formulas you can use with text, and lots of different um, kind of ways of working with it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is going to be a simple concatenation. Concatenate means that you are combining two things together. So you're not adding them to create a new value. You're literally taking one set of information and putting the other set of information next to it and attaching them together. So the way this works for text is it takes a string of text, and the reason I use string is because this is a programming term for a line of text is a string. So I'll be calling them strings for probably the remainder of the tutorials. So if I say a string of text, or just a string, then it's just a line of text. So concatenation adds one string to another string. So the way you do it in Excel is equals, and if you're putting text into a formula, then you use the inverted commas. So let's put equals name, and anything you put in the inverted commas is going to come through into the value of the formula. So we've put a space in, so that space is going to come in as well. And then you put in an ampersand, the and symbol, and then you can add another string onto this. So we're going to add the actual name of the person. So we're just going to select the cell, and then press enter. And you'll notice that this has taken our first string and then squashed the other one onto it to give us one big long string. And if we drop this down, then it's added them all together. Now, what you'll notice is that some of these have big spaces in them, and this is deliberate. It's because I've made some of these cells have a load of extra space in at the beginning, or some of them have it at the end. And this, you will slowly learn, is one of the most painful things in Excel, is people putting extra spacing at the end after people have finished typing. And I'm not one to talk because I'll do it sometimes as well. But for some reason, as humans, we're incapable of typing words without going crazy with the space bar afterwards. And it messes all of your things up, and you'll come to find this out when we go into the intermediate tutorials. But luckily, Excel has a really useful way of fixing this, and it's called a trim. So you put equals trim, and then give it a string of text, and then this takes off any extra spacing at the beginning and the end of your string. So if we combine this all into one formula, we can go trim and close bracket, and then this will make sure that everything's nicely lined up with each other. Nice, neat, and therefore not having any kind of problems with any of the spacing. Also, you'll notice that some of them, the capitalization on the names isn't right. But yet again, Excel has a way of fixing this, and it's proper. So equals proper, and this will take your string and it will capitalize things where they're meant to be capitalized, which is really useful. If we click on it, then it will give us an actual definition. Um, so capitalizes the first letter in a text string and any other letters in text that follow any character other than a letter. So it's kind of almost a title case. So it's useful for names, especially. The other thing to note is all of the other letters it puts the lowercase. So if you want to put stuff to uppercase, this isn't the one to use. So if we include this into our formula as well, so let's just nest it in here. So proper, open bracket, and enclose all of the trim formula, and then there we go. And this is getting quite complicated now, so if you're keeping up with this, then this is pretty good going, because you've got a string being added to another string that's been trimmed and made proper. And then this has given us really neat names from the mismatch of information. And you can guarantee people will type names, even their own, in absolutely horrific ways. So the more you can do to tidy them up and make them all the same, and how much neater does this look than that, even a basic level rather than a computational level. The next thing we want to do is add in the postcode to this string. So we're going to get a pretty long string. It's going to be the name and then the postcode. So let's go ampersand, and we want a space, and then postcode, colon, and then another space. And then we want the postcode added on to the end. So that's simple enough. There we go. What you'll notice as well is I've rather deliberately put lots of little lowercase letters in there, which we don't want. So let's convert all of these into uppercase. And this is really simple. It's just upper, and then give that your text. And then you'll notice as we drop this down that all of the postcodes, it just makes everything in the string uppercase. So that's really useful. And there's a couple of spaces in there as well, so let's just trim this one too, and make sure everything's all exactly how we want it. So there we go. I'm going to finish this tutorial for now, and I'll pick back up on more functions for strings in the next tutorial. So I hope to be seeing you soon.